Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Rain versus Action, played on the ladder. Action, one of the scariest Zergs in the modern era of StarCraft. And Rain, some say he's the best RTS player because he was both a GSL and an ASL champion when he chose to compete in those games. So this should be a pretty exciting game. Do check out my merch shop. This is a Vespian Addict shirt, a little StarCraft themed shirt you can get at tastelessthreads.com. And please subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube stuff, as I am trying to grow this channel and make at least one cast a day. Yeah, okay, so in the bottom left, we've got Rain down here. In the top left, we have Action. And immediately we need to talk about the map. Our map is retro. Get my ugly mug off camera here. So if I reveal the entire map, this is a map that is, if you could imagine fighting Spirit, but sort of redone. Your third base is very accessible once your natural is taken, but it also is so connected that you can get access to your opponent up here, especially in these positions, really fast. So rushes, if you're both sharing any side of the map, top, bottom, left, right, in this case left, are extremely powerful. The middle of the map is pretty generic, to be honest. The only obstruction is the minerals. But this map also does not have a whole lot of bases. You can see there's about 12 bases total. And so it does force games to wrap up kind of quickly. And Artosis and I have talked about this many times. We're kind of fans of this idea for maps. Now, in this game, we have a Forge Expand opening. Immediately, the probe comes out, and we'll spot that this is an overpool opening. And so overpool openings, they mute the ability for the Protoss to ever cannon rush. One of the reasons why Rain is going for a Forge first is you can go pylon, and cannon rush behind the minerals. And so Action, being very aware of that, just goes for an opening where Zerglings would be able to defend that. The best that Rain could try to do, and he actually does the very best he could have, is he blocks the pylon, which delays this, forcing the drone over here. Very nicely done. Back at home, we have not one but two cannons made, because when you see 6 Zerglings, one cannon isn't quite enough. If they happen to go up to 8, basically, you just get overpowered. And so here we go. Nexus is going to be planted. And we'll have a gateway shortly after that here at the entrance, as he gets his walling up. Back at home, we have drones mining. The probe is still being chased by the Zerglings. And one of the reasons why Rain doesn't send this back home is you can check if they have Zergling speed. If they have Zergling speed, well, you can basically run away as long as you want, because the probe is able to just slightly outmaneuver the Zergling. When they get speed, the probe dies. But if they get speed and the probe dies, then you know you need to be absolutely prepared for a possible rush. And so this is a little mini game we see played out all the time in this matchup. We're waiting to see, is this going to be a layer planted, or is this going to be a hydralisk den? And it is going to be a hydra den. Boom, there it is. And so in what are basically the two main line openings for Zerg, it's either layer or hydra den. And in this case, we've got the hydra den down now. And so there's going to be pressure built up to try to get the Protoss to be killed before Psystorm can complete. The question is going to be, can the Protoss scout this? And if so, how? So we have the first Zealot made. He has not sent this across the map, probably because he saw that there were already at least 6 Zerglings out, which one Zealot can't overpower. And back at home, the Zerg is upgrading the hydralisk speed upgrade. Second gas is coming down. Usually if you see the second gas, that means the Protoss is... Actually, it always means the Protoss is going to tech, right? The Stargate is being made over here. Do we have the attack upgrade coming down? Yes, we do. This pylon is always a norm because during a rush, occasionally this becomes the Achilles heel. If they kill this cannon off and this one, sometimes you can get Hydras right around here and shoot this down. Now, what? He just gets in. I was so busy talking about the buildings, he just somehow Mission Impossible his way into the base, and he sees the Hydra Den. What is that thing on the... Is this the Hydra Den's butthole? What is that? I've never actually zoomed in on these remastered graphics until I started casting this on my YouTube, and now I'm kind of noticing what these buildings actually look like. So he hides a Zealot. He gets the probe in there. And he sees that the rush is on the way. 2 cannons being made. This one and this one and this one kind of help cover the forge, so maybe he can actually keep the forge going. This upgrade is about 2/3 of the way done, maybe 40% done. And notice that drones are now hatching. The rush has been stopped. He's only gotten 5 Hydras, maybe 1 or 2 more coming down. Yeah, there they are. And he will just take out the gateway. Can he get the forge? It's not going to be easy. Back at home, we have one Corsair is scouting. He has the 1 Zealot here to try to run in and get kills if he can. I like this little combination. This is really cute. He knows he can basically just use this 1 Corsair to try to kill off an Overlord if he can, and then use a Zealot to run interference on the Hydras. He's getting Zealot charge. He has his 4 gateways up. And his forge has been covered. So, I mean, this is a really good position for Rain. He does get 1 kill on the drone. He's going to get almost gets a 2nd kill on that drone. That would have been pretty big. And so the Templar Archives is now being upgraded. He is damaging this forge. But you can see it's pretty tricky to actually get these Hydralisks at an angle where they can cover this. The shields are gone. He may have to try to charge with the Zealots to drive this back. It's getting lower. It's getting very low here. He comes out. And this will drive the Hydralisk back a little bit. He's basically attack moving. Zealot charge is done. This upgrade is finishing. +1 attack is now going to go onto these Zealots. You can see they just got it now. And I got to say, pretty graceful play here from Rain. Covers that immediately, sends the 1... he never lost that Corsair, so he can send that back over here and then kill off this Overlord. And I got to say, I mean, this is why Rain is such a god, is he makes all these parts of the games that can usually be so mucky, he makes them perfect. He makes it look easy. Like, oh, of course, anybody can do this. Armor starts, and so do 2 more gateways. Back here for the Zerg, the Extractor is coming down. We've got missile attack upgrade coming here as well. He's going to see if he can't do another charge in. And I got to say, this angle's pretty bad for action. Oh, my God. He had to basically fork the Hydras out in all these different directions. He's going to continue to charge in here. I mean, he's doing so much damage. This Corsair is going to come right around. Looks like he's just going to scout with it instead of trying to actually take out any Overlord. I guess with 1 Corsair, the Hydras can always snipe it. And I think basically because Rain knew that he could get in here and trade this out for quite a bit of Hydras, he does just go in and full-on attack. And so that was quite the trade-out. Back at home, we have the 4 Templar out and ready to go. We've got Psystorm being upgraded. And again, when you see all those Hydralisks get killed, remember that the Protoss is ahead in workers right now. So forcing more attacking units is actually a great move. So the Hydras are going to come down. There's a small timing attack that you can try to do post the Zealots being killed. But usually 4 Templars, that's going to give you 4 storms, which is usually going to get the job done. But action's dodging pretty nicely. We've got 6 more Zealots cranked out of the 6 gateways. Ooh, Dragoon range has started. On the map, he has 2 stray Zealots moving about. Big hit there. I'm sorry I just missed that. It's a little bit hard to observe and cast, but he does snipe the Forge, which denies the armor upgrade. Pretty good blocking over here by Action, but of course it's not easy to kill off Zealots. They're very tanky units. This Zealot does get into the main. The Corsair was already scanning. Again, man, Rain is just firing on all cylinders here. He has the one Zealot to come in here. It gets one kill. Unfortunately, it's not shift-click, and then when he tries to send it back, it is destroyed. So it looks like it's almost time to get those 2 more gateways. We don't have the armor upgrade started yet for Rain, but it should be coming shortly here. In positions like this, the Protoss can make one shuttle and basically drop in the main. Whenever you see the main like this, the main is basically the kind of open area. A 1 DT drop here is very good. I don't know if we're going to have it this time. In fact, it looks more like Rain is just going to set up for a push. The armor upgrade is started again. These are the just-in-case cannons, in case you suddenly see that there's a crazy Mutaswitch that happens. And speaking of which, damn, all right, we got a lot of Mutas coming. The Mutaswitch is more common if you went for the Hydra Bust, because you probably stopped making Corsairs. So, oh god, some of these Dragoons are coming down the ramp. So he lost the last Corsair. He's not remaking them. But he does seem to... Oh, no, these aren't cannons. I'm sorry. I was going to say it seems like he senses there could be some danger, but not the case at all. So the Mutas are going to hatch. They're all over here. And that's going to give him 9 Mutalisks. Now, it's not the easiest thing in the world to snipe these Templars, but it's not the hardest thing in the world either. Great Psy Storm over there. So in this moment... he's pushing out and just trying to take this third base as quickly as he can. He is going to inch forward, and this is where the Mutas come into play. He snipes 1, 2. Oh my god, and an Archon is forced out of the 3rd and 4th. Now, the idea is that without the Templars, the Hydras overpower what Protoss has. But I'm looking at this, and honestly, I don't feel like Action has as much as I think we might have expected. The Mutas come back in here. They can be used for counterattacks. But this push is inbound here right now. He snipes the Archon immediately. Great play. And Rain realizes he can't really do that much. He's going to have to send his Dragoons back over here to try to defend his Nexus, which could be canceled. Dragoons get close enough that it's going to push them over here towards the natural. He starts to one-shot these workers. Where's the Psy Storm? He's got enough for Psy Storm. He doesn't cast it yet, though. And it's another Whiffed Storm. Back over here in the main, we have 2 cannons. The probes that are fleeing are going to be picked off here as well. And, I mean, I got to say, you know, this is not a safe map for a Templar right now. Now, he's just trying to get whatever value he can. Generally speaking, when you kill the first wave of Templars, it's not like the whole game is just you sniping Templars from there on out. Back on this side of the map, Action's expanding. He's taking his gas over here. No doubt he's going to be making lurkers up here to try to defend. And the Hydras are in high enough number. I'm a little bit scared here for Raid. It does seem like this small ramp over here makes it pretty difficult to ever get everything that he has out in this area, especially if the Zerg is running interference out in this position. And so, if the Protoss tries to come out this way, this is kind of a cool tactic. Basically, Action can try to run up here and kill the Nexus. Don't forget it's low on HP. Well, I guess low on shields. You know what I'm saying. Once again, the Mutas come in here, and I gotta say, man, if you don't have a Dark Archon to catch these, you're just never gonna get anywhere. I mean, this right now, Rain's army looks like he's playing a PvT or something. Like, this is just not what you want. Supplies are fairly even, although Zerg is at 61 drones. He's getting his 4th gas up. Another drone's up here ready to take another base. The Templars are moving out. And, you know, this is where the pedal hits the metal. I mean, does he have enough storms here? He kept losing Templars, but it does seem like this is, you know, a pretty soft army. When you keep remaking mutas like Action did, you don't have a lot of lurkers, and so maybe Rain can actually take this. Who knows? He drives this force back over here, and then it looks like he's going to try to, in kind of a little bit of a twist here, just run up into 12 o'clock. This is not, you know, I think on paper the best place to push, but it seems like an unusual area to try to come into. But Action is basically barely going to have enough to hold this off up at the top. The mutas are going to come in here to try to help this out. The Templars, one storm basically baited out as the mutas continue to roam. And Rain is not really making any headway. Now, so he's going to back out here. By the way, the patience here from Action to not run in. It's possible that Rain wanted Action to push in with the Hydras, and then he'd storm that and then just shift over here to the right side of the map. There really is this footsies game that occurs in the matchup. Meanwhile, this idea was to run Zealots into the main and try to kill off tech in there, but you can see there were already lurkers ready to go. And so the push shifts over here into this very, very important part of the map. This is where the Zerg's basically late-game investments are. Great storms on either side. Observers, I believe 3 in total, still alive to spot these lurkers. The Zealots that were intended for the main come in here to reinforce the rest of the push. The lurker, falls. The next lurker as well is going to be picked off here. And that leaves just the sunken colony. Actually, 2 sunken colonies. There's one underneath these 2 overlords. But how much does Action have on this side of the map? There's so many moments where it looks like Protoss can win a push, only to have the rest of the defenses on the other side of the map come across. And so he leaves the Archon there to soak damage, sends the Zealots and Dragoons up here, and he'll try to basically hold this ramp as best he can and take whatever fights are favorable, or maybe just lose his whole army. Who knows? Okay. In 6 o'clock, which I don't remember if I got to show you guys this, he has expanded down here.
S rank, that's fine. Low B, you're too fucking stupid to play against. You're actually too dumb. You know nothing.
Thank you for the sub, Rent-A-Cat.
Just subscribed. Rent-A-Cat gifted a tier 1 sub to Wardo TR.
Thank you.
This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Appreciate that. So look, Zerg holds this, but is denying the base up here. Problem is a lot of times when Protoss loses that core army, it's kind of difficult to, like, get it back, you know? And so he's remade some Templars. He's got 5. He has some Dragoons and some Zealots. But this isn't a lot to work with. And we're kind of back to square one. Only this time Protoss is a little bit smaller. Now, luckily, he has this base over here. And the third base is still safe. But I just don't know if he's going to get anywhere. Again, it's hard to push in on maps like this. Look at this. It's like the Big Dipper of lurkers. Oh my God. What a bizarre formation. Or is it the Little Dipper? Oh no, there's a Big Dipper and a Little Dipper. Anyways, he storms this down. Looks like the Observer is sniped. And there's not... Okay, he actually storms the last lurker, but with the Nidus here, he can basically reinforce his position. One more Observer is going to reinforce. More sunks are being thrown down. The lurker defense is starting to thin out. The Dragoons, I think they could take this. Another really great storm. In fact, Action immediately picks up. He has to try to relocate. The Lings are here just to soak so that the lurkers can do a little bit more damage. But it's starting to look actually like he's just going to come in and break this. This is kind of crazy. But just like before, the counter push comes in. The Nidus, it's so low, it's actually taking damage just from the splash it has picked off. But, I mean, Protoss just doesn't have that much right now. He's going to take out that last sunken colony. The lurkers are going to be burrowing. Can he storm the drones? I don't think there's enough time. That's it. The last Dragoon falls. Here we are, back to the same point. We see, at this point in time, I'm just going to go big picture here. There's actually not that much of the map left, guys. We have this base down here, this base this Overlord is going to scout, and this base over here. So, every once in a while when things quiet down in a long game like this, I think it's always important to kind of go big picture. Zerg is more likely to get this base, right? I mean, Protoss maybe could, but probably Probably not. This base Protoss can take. If Zerg takes this base and Protoss gets these two down here, because Protoss mines or acquires bases at a slower rate than the Zerg, there's a chance that Protoss just wins due to the fact that the matchup functions in a way where Zerg has to expand sooner, so runs out of money sooner. So that's just something we should watch for. This base, once it mines out, and by the way, it actually has quite a bit of minerals at it. If Protoss mines us out, then that scenario I just talked about could be the way this goes. Do we have Reaver tech yet? We've got 2 forges going. Oh, there it is. Okay, we do have Reaver tech. So when you get to Reaver tech, that's when you are officially in the late game of the matchup. Protoss has a weird mid game that, I mean, it kind of goes on as long as the Protoss wants it to go until they go for Reavers. But when you go for Reavers, it usually means you're also trying to secure bases like this. A counterattack up here. Oh no, he just stormed 2 of his own Templars. Miraculously, this doesn't do the damage I thought it was going to do. If anything, it's so important that Protoss just takes the minerals from this position and creates value with them later on. So, we've got the Nexus down here with some cannons coming up as well. And, you know, we're getting to the point in the game that I was talking about. I mean, we're really in a split map position. Retro doesn't have a lot of bases, so we really want to focus on, you know, how many minerals are left at each of these bases. This third is almost mined out, whereas this third still has a ways to go. This is obviously extremely mineral rich, and there's Zerg taking this. So we're going into a crazy long game. Once these lurkers get here and sunken colonies come down with a spore and, you know, maybe some dark swarms, you're just never going to take this. It's just not going to happen. So these zealots running in here, I mean, there's just no way. Nice plague. Always try to plague zealots and dragoons if you can. Now, Rain knows that if he can deny this base, he could just probably win this game, but I don't know that he's going to be able to do that. Oh, that's funny. It says not enough energy. I guess that shows up if I'm clicking on a defiler when it tries to cast a spell. It's a funny bug. So, I mean, he just barely doesn't get up here. There's 2 lurkers, but there's no observer in the mix. Oh my god. So many lurkers just plopped right down over here. He's actually isolated these units on this side of the map. Oh my god. So many lurkers are coming down. Rain is pretty smartly just backing away. He's blanketing the areas with storms when he can, but this number of dragoons basically can't fight this number of lurkers. Another very nice storm. Another great storm over here as well. More hydras morphing into lurkers. Eventually, this army is going to fall. It seems like he's going to be able to chase this all the way down here, but beautifully done. A Reaver, Templars, everything that you would need right now to hold this. And, you know, Action, his concern is basically if he can't deny this base, it's going to be a really messy endgame. He's got Zealots, so we can take out the lurker that's inside the swarm. He storms the final lurker that's there. And, I mean, all you need is Templars, cannons, Reavers, and, you know, maybe a DT or some Zealots, just something that has some melee damage. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's getting closer. Dude, he's just got so many lurkers. I don't know. The Reaver's going to be out. He doesn't have Scarabs in it yet. Oh, my God. He's going to go for the Reaver. Reinforcements have arrived. He kills the Reaver. There's not another Reaver making. Some storms are going to come down here. I don't know if he quite has enough. Oh, really good storms there. Beautifully done here. Okay, I still can't tell you if he's going to actually save this base or not. There are reinforcements. There is a shuttle and Reavers here. He's got quite a bit of Zerglings. Don't forget, you can only grab 12 units at a time in Brood War, so these become extremely taxing positions on both sides. The Robo is unpowered. Note the little beeline they can make right through the expansions, although occasionally you'll have some units fork out the other way. He has Templars, but he doesn't quite have the meat and bones that he needs. Well, that's going to come in with the rest of this. Plus 3 armor, plus 2 attack Zerglings. But the Reaver is basically the big stop sign for this army. Because a Reaver, it starts to not really matter how many Zerglings or Lurkers you actually have. And so there's a bit of a lull in the action. Oh, you're crazy. You're going to try to counterattack here? Oh my god, he's not crazy. Oh my god, and he loses the Reaver. This is so smart because he knows there's no Lurkers to defend if he just held off that attack. This is sick. Oh, and he storms the drones. Back here, I mean, there's some cannons making, yeah. Some probes have been transferred, sure. There's a counterattack over here. I think he's going to actually just barely hold this. This base is going to fall, but this base might fall too. Probes are going to have to be used to defend. This thing's still unpowered. Suddenly, there's Archons blowing up a Nidus over here. I mean, he could just... Was he going to get this base too? What is happening in this game? I can't take this. He kills off the last Lurker. I didn't even see there was a Lurker over here. Oh my god. Can he get in here and storm this? He does! Dude! This is insane! Okay. He's just gonna run these up here. You can like just spread these out and try to find a hiding spot and then morph over there. I mean, this base is mined out. He just stormed the drones here. There's only 34 drones in this game, by the way. The big counterattack's coming. Action needs this to work. He gets one Templar beautifully done. You know, it's just a little bit difficult to get back here to where these cannons are, and so he's only able to kill off one. More cannons are going to be blanketing this area over here. Apparently, this Reaver has 21 kills. He's just chilling. He's got at least one more Scarab in there, so... Okay, hold on a second, though. I mean, is this going to break through? You can see the action's microing so hard. He's just trying to dodge these storms as best he can. Lings are going to come down, but more cannons are up. Oh, but the Lings they're so strong. They're going to kill off this last cannon. It seems like just barely Rain keeps on surviving this. The Lurker is killed in its crib. You can see he realizes he doesn't have any Scarabs here, so that was... unfortunate. Not a storm drop in this game, by the way. 1DT's going to try to come across the map. He wants to see if he can't hide this somewhere over here and start sniping drones. But a good interception here by Action. Or maybe bad pathing there for Rain. Kind of walked right through that. Oh my god. All right, well, hold on. How many minerals are left here? He almost drained it of everything. I might have missed a couple counterattacks over there. Sorry, this is quite the game. Shuttles out, and just as I said, there were no storm drops this game. Well, Rain says, hold my beer. He gets one storm drop off over there. Now he's going to send this one up here, and there's so much to kill. Oh my god, he actually only gets 2. So that's that's crazy to me. These Zealots are continuing to kill drones. About 5 kills total. Looks like this Templar up here is going to be killed. Meanwhile, down here, big Psy Storms going down. And I mean, he's kind of making it work. I mean, he's got the Reaver over here. This Templar, is there a storm left? There's not. It does seem like Action is in trouble. And guys, just to go big picture, this base, this is the prize that Rain gets if he can continue to hold this. Is that the bottom right base will be the very last to mine out. Action never reclaimed this, by the way. That's going to be an Action types out. Damn. That was one hell of a game. I can't... Sometimes we get lucky with these games that I find. Sometimes we don't. We have kind of like whatever games. If you enjoyed that content, please go to my merch shop. It's tastelessthreads.com. We got this Vespian Addict shirt. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/tastelesstv. Do me a favor, leave a comment about what you thought of the game, and yeah, subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting content out like this every day here on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.